stopped in my brain. All right, Saturday. We did a little something different on Saturday. We haven't talked about this in a while. It's a very interesting chart. So there was an article called The Emotion Chart my therapist gave me that I didn't know I needed to have, by Sarah Schuster. So this chart, it's crazy. All right, but the basic gist of this chart, and we're going to talk about this in a minute, is that compartmentalizing and putting away feelings, it just doesn't work. We all know that. You can't just take your feeling and be like, nope, I'm going to deal with it later. Feelings, they just don't go away, and they don't seep into the ground to never return again like rain does. Okay, they're just always there, sitting on the surface. In fact, it's more like the water cycle. So whatever the earth absorbs naturally comes back as rain. Except in this version of a water cycle, the more water that goes unused and unprocessed, the bigger the storm will be, basically. And water you ignore comes back with a fury, demanding your attention. Rainy, big, angry drops come back with a fury, and they basically just come down on your head. So in the end, this type of rain, it's going to cause physical symptoms too. So just think about your emotions. It's like rain. And if you just try to dismiss it, you're going to end up with a huge, massive, bigger puddle. It's going to just be a mess of a puddle. So you really need to take a look at your emotions. And so in this wheel of emotions, it's basically a chart. It says it's a simple chart. I found it a little interesting and challenging at first, but they have different levels of color-coded emotions meant to help those who possess it to kind of identify their feelings. So according to American psychologist Dr. Robert Plutchik, humans can experience 34,000, it's a big number, distinguishable emotions. Humans are actually capable of so many vast and complicated emotions. Identifying them in itself is a practice, and dealing with them can actually end up being a strength. So let's just click on this here for a second. Just bear with me because it's a little small. But they basically say we start off in the middle because we know the emotions that are listed, like I'm sad, I'm surprised, I'm happy, I'm angry, I'm fearful, I'm disgusted. These are pretty common terms, and we all understand this. So let's say you're feeling fearful, okay? You would take fearful, which is located right here, and I'm going to read you these words because they're a little small. And if you want to delve deeper into your emotions, you would go to the next. So if you're fearful, are you actually scared? Are you anxious with that emotion? Are you feeling insecure? Are you feeling weak, rejected, threatened? Okay. If you're feeling any one of those, let's say, you know what, I'm fearful, but I'm literally feeling scared. I feel really scared with this and anxious. Okay, so you go over to here where scared and anxious are, and you see, well, what is in this category? Helpless, frightened, overwhelmed, worried. So it's kind of helping you figure out, all right, I'm fearful, but what does just fearful mean? Well, I'm actually scared. Okay, let's keep going. It's peeling the onions of that, the layer of the onions. I'm not peeling onions, I'm peeling layers of onions away. So really what you might realize is that what you're feeling is truly overwhelmed. And so the overwhelming feeling is making you feel anxious, and that's making you feel fearful. So you go in and out. You start off easiest emotion here, work your way to the next level, and work your way to the final level. And then you realize you can also then come back down. So it's a lot. I get it. It's totally a lot, but it's kind of cool because I don't think anybody gives a lot of weight to the outer ring, especially. I mean, you've got words in here like ridiculed or perplexed or violated or inquisitive. I mean, they run the gamut of emotions. And who would have thought that inquisitive would have come from interested, which comes from happy? It's just another twist on your emotions. If you are finding that you're putting happy or sad or whatever the emotions are on a shelf, don't wait for that big torrent of water to come and mess you all up. Sit with your emotions, and it just gives you a chance to really think about them in greater detail. Late at night, that would be too much detail for my brain. I'll just sit with the inner ring. But if I'm trying to be mindful, I might want to go to some of the other rings on the outside to really get to the bottom of it,
Mm-hmm.
I think sometimes it's the most obvious isn't the most obvious answer. Sometimes we just can't understand what we're feeling. And it doesn't matter, just trying to suppress it is going to make us sick. It's going to make our blood pressure elevated. It could possibly make us not sleep, and that's going to make us feel horrible. Use this tool to help you identify your emotions.
Yeah.
Saturday, right? Kind of cool stuff.
So
Hey, it's cool.
I was checking in with Bo, see how things are going, and
Yeah,
treatments are over. Thank God, he says, right? And then
ringing those bells.
I was like, wonderful. What's next on your path for recovery? He says, recovery and learn to eat again. He hasn't eaten in a
Yeah,
month, he says.
yeah, but he will. It will happen. It's gonna take
Swelling
some
has to
time.
go down. Everything tastes like
Yeah,
battery acid from the radiation.
yeah, that
Yeah,
will go away.
that might,
It
yeah.
should go away. Yeah.
I asked him if they gave him a list of things to start with.
Mm-hmm.
To the emotion chart,
Mm-hmm.
Elk says, I really like this wheel of emotions. I'm going to share it with my yoga book group. It fits right in with the book we're reading,
Oh, wonderful. What's
right?
if you want, please share with us the book.
Well, I
Curious to know.
said, Elk, what book is your yoga book group reading? And why do I imagine everyone reading upside down?
In Downward Dog. I'm reading it.
She says, no upside down
Exactly.
reading. We're reading The Secret Power of Yoga. It focuses not so much on just yoga where you do the poses, but yoga as a lifestyle.
That's you've got me intrigued, Elk. You really do. I'm starting to rethink my I hate yoga. So that's good. I'm open.
See?
I'm
And
open.
happy something inquisitive, right?
Yeah, that's me. I am in I'm definitely not feeling disgusted, sad, angry, fearful, bad, surprised. I'm feeling maybe I'm surprised. Maybe I'm feeling a little perplexed, confused, and surprised by my desire to maybe look into this. Right? Very interesting.